Good day all, and thanks for watching this video. Today I will begin to show you that the beast number is a code that unlocks all the secrets of this earth. Due to lots of Wi-Fi interruptions here, I have written and drawn most things. Hopefully you'll be able to see it to read it. This presentation is in 3 parts: decoding SEG and the images hidden in it, decoding QR scan codes, and identifying the Antichrist and his mark. To decode the beast, we need to find the correct beast number. This slide shows the 7 main variants of SEG number we have. The first one is from the 1st century, while the next 3 ones following it are modern interpretations of it, and the bottom 3 ones are the other original manuscripts. So we only have 4 original manuscripts. All these 3 are modern interpretations, and that's what you have all over the internet. Why this one is very difficult to find. So the 4 original manuscripts are as shown. Now, why are there 4 beast numbers? It is because they represent different images of the same beast rather than mere alphabets. My decoding will prove all 4 to be correct, but only the oldest copy carry the most information and also the code key, and that is why I used it to decode. Now, that is the original manuscript here. It has 2 types of information. This is the SEG, and I've cropped it out here. It was shaded exactly like this in the manuscript, and these black dots show us where the beast binds at, where they interact with each other. And this SEG, this is how it's interpreted: S, okay, and then E, like a Greek E, and then the G hanging on one of the arms of the S. This is SEG. It is one complex. All right. Now, I separated them first into their 3 different parts, which are these 2 Y beasts. They are shaped like Y with a short tail. Okay. And here are the heads, and the other parts are the arms, the 2 arms, and then the G. Now, these Y beasts, when their arms are spread out as if they are flying, I call them the flying beasts. They look like this. And when there are 2 of them binding at the hands, they appear this way. And these beast forms explain the arrows, all the arrows, when there are 2 or 3 of them in our manuscripts. Why just when there's 1 of them, the short one, yeah, is the I in the Byzantine text, the SIG. Now, in this manuscript, you have this odd-looking E. As you can see, it's not a human alphabet. What it is these 2 beasts binding at at the hands. This is the small beast, and this is a big beast, and they are interacting with each other, binding at their hands, one of their hands each. Okay, that's why the Bible or original manuscripts gave us the binding sites, so that when we see these beasts and the way they bind, we should be able to differentiate them from anybody drawing an SEG. All right. The other information carried in this copy is this this other beast. It's a beast form. I've determined it's a beast form. All right. And you can see when we decode it, we should be able to find this image. Or when we see CG in nature, we should also be able to find this kind of beast forms. All right. That is the arrow. Now, what I did after uncoupling them into the different parts, I then coupled each together using 2 or 3 or 4 in order to see the complex images they make. Please note the SEG numbers in the resultant formations I will mainly summarize the images. Now, when using 2Y beast, I got an X. That is the front view. The back view is this one, and it's the same as the Nazi symbol. See how the hand goes up and then right and then down and then left, just like the Nazi symbol. This symbol was used first around by 1907, the Knight Templars. The modern day Freemasons were already using this symbol before Hitler. And before the Freemasons, it is a well-known religious symbol in the Asian continent. Now, when I use this shape of Y, I also got X, and I got two figures looking like flying birds. And then this one that looks like a hand without a thumb. The other image I got was this. It looks like a coat, an English countryman's coat made with arms. So that makes me, yeah, so that's what I have. Looks like a coat of arms. All right. Using 3 Ys, I got this figure with 6 hands or 6 arms. This makes your 6-pointed star and your 2 big triangles, the equilateral triangles, one upright and one upside down. This is the same symbol used by the secret societies. This is where they got the symbols from the shape of the SEG beast. Okay? And this triangle is called as above, so below. All right? Because you can see as above, so below. This is like a big Y, and that one is like a big Y. Okay? The same up and down. Now, this is 5-pointed star. The way I got this is when 2 hands, 2 of the arms join together, like here, you see the red and the black. When they are joined together, then you get only 6 hands rather than um, you get only 5 hands rather than 6. And this gives you the 5-pointed star and the pentagram. All right, this is the back view. And when one of the beasts coming in is of the opposite view, that is when back and front are joined together, like in this case, all these ones, the 2 ones here, are the back view from that. And then the front view of this beast, as you see in this one, is what is there. Then you're able to get your double-headed eagle, like used by the Freemasons, Russians, and most European countries. USA has also used it in the past. So this is the origin of the secret society symbols. They know about SEG and have been using it for a long time and laughing at us. When I use 3Y with the other shaped beast, the blue one, you get 6 triangles, and with the triangle in the center makes it 7. All the beast forms, these 2Y beast forms will give mainly the same configuration or the same formations. It's only in the shape of their arms that they will differ. Also, here you get what I interpret as the double-headed eagle with the wings and the 2 legs. And here, when 2 of the arms are joined together, you get 5 arms, and you get your single-headed eagle with the wings and the legs. All right, these formations are different angles. Note the different angles. No matter what angle I use, I got an eagle-looking figure. Now, using 4 red, only with this beast form can you get something you can interpret as a 2-headed eagle with 2 sets of wings and 2 legs. Now, this red beast, Y-shaped, also forms the same complexes as the blue colored one. All right, it gives 4 triangles like I've shown. It gives S on S. I call this S on S, you can see. And then you get your sun. Where, because the maximum number of beasts that can be in this kind of circular 4. After that, then you have to start putting them in between. And then that will give you the sun that the secret societies also use. And all the false religions all over the world also use these symbols. I'm sure today they don't understand what it means, but this is the origin of the symbols. Now, using 2G, these are the formations I got. I got that G and G linked together, a 5G, and this is how you interpret SCG. This is 5, and then a G. This one is called a closed 5G, and you start from there, go to there, stop there. That's your 5, and then you start from here, and that's your G, a closed 5G. SEG is in one complex. It's not different S or E or G. They are combined in one image. And then the other things I got, we are 3 different types of frog using 2G. All right. Now, using 3G, I got 3 different types of 5G. I have colored it appropriately so you can understand. And also, you can see how I formed it, the different Gs inside the 5Gs. All right. So far, you can see that these beast formations using the SEG number as found in our manuscripts, we have a lot of 5G. And that's why you people were very worried and upset when 5G came out. And you were thinking it was to do with the radiation. No, it is your spirit, the spirit of God in you, telling you that 5G is not good. It is a beast image. And you will see it form a full SEG. And when they got the 5G, they were now ready. Okay, you cannot hide from them. Via computer, via your phones, they can trace you anywhere, and they can do all kind of things. Okay, with 5G. And that's why after that, you got your pandemic. Now, we have egos. 3 types of egos formed, okay, with 3G. All right. And you know who is this Eagles? Well known, USA, well known for their ego. Look at this one. It reminds me of an eagle piloting a helicopter, like that movie. The eagle has landed. This is what it reminds me of. Okay. So this beast number, SEG, carries a lot of secrets that God wants us to know at this end times. So please pay attention. Now, using 3Gs, continuing, these are the 4 different rotations of the eagle I showed you in the last slide. You can see 2 of the rotations look like a human dragon. I mean, with that head, it can only be a dragon, and with that body, it looks like a man. So I call it a human dragon walking left or walking right. And the other 2 orientations are of eagles. And I've shown you again here how to interpret SEG. Okay, this is how to interpret it. Now, using 4G, I got an eagle in flight and also a dragon with open mouth. I call this dragon SEG dragon, a super dragon, because it has 2 S, 3 E, and 4 Gs. The 4 Gs that are used to make it up, and then from here to there is your S, from there to there is another S, and your E's are there. You can see. Okay, so that's your E. This a second E, and then a third E. Okay, 3 E's. This point I won't allow me to use it well. Now the next is using 5G. When I assembled 5Gs together, these are the only 2 possible combinations due to position of binding sites in the G as per manuscript code. Look at it. These are the only places they can bind. And so these are the two images that I got. This one is very prominent in natural beast formations. And you can see 5G there, 5, and then your G. And it's an SEG. All right. The next one, using 6Gs. This is the only way it can be combined. All right, it binds at the hand and at the tail to give you this figure. I was very surprised when I got it. I never thought I ever saw it before, but after I recognized it is the Freemasons. It is the dragon found in Freemasons headquarters, the monarchy and the Vatican. Only these three are allowed to use it in their orderly world. I mean, you as an ordinary person, you can use it. I'm sure they won't put you in prison, but in their society, they know themselves. Only these three establishments are allowed to use this chief dragon beast image. I call it the chief dragon. You can see the 6-pointed star. This came out when I formed it. I did not draw it in. It occurred itself. You see how it was constructed and you see them there. Also, your two triangles, your two big triangles, as up, so below. Okay? This is where the Freemasons or secret societies got their information from, or got their images that they display, their symbols are representing these images. All right. So they know about SEG and they've known about it for thousands of years and they've hidden it from us. It's not in our Bible, it's in the manuscript. The manuscript is stored in the Vatican Library. Okay. They have not translated it. Recently, I saw the translation online, but it's in Greek. All right. You can still get it online, like they claim. All right. So that's it. These are the different construction methods that are not already shown. All right. And this is the chief dragon that I was talking to you about. You see how they are bind. The tail of the G binds to the hand of the G and it goes round. And you see the triangles already in there. All right. Because you have to draw a circle to make sure that all of them are at equidistance to themselves. Okay, they are the same distance from themselves, and then it generates a triangle. All right. So summary of YB's interactions: we got SEG, eagles, stars, sun, swastika, triangles, coat of arms, and hand without a thumb. Why in the G beast interactions, we got 5G prominently, eagles very prominent as well, dragons prominent, and then frogs. All right. The above are symbols and images used by the Antichrist according to the Bible, because he said we should decode it. He gave us a puzzle in the Bible. If you have understanding and wisdom, find out who the Antichrist is. These are the symbols they use. So think about those that use these symbols. They are your Antichrist. The main thing is finding who is the main Antichrist. And I'm going to show it in these videos. All right. Also, his coming mark, the mark of the beast, because that is the one that interests us most, not just the Antichrist. His coming mark is going to be one of these symbols. Okay? That's why God put it in the Bible. And it must be one of these symbols. It cannot be something else. All right? It is God talking. Okay? In the Bible. He said, it's in the SEG. Decode it, and you see his mark there. All right? We are going to see which one is going to be the likely mark. Now, let's see where some of these decoded images appear in nature. See it in your nucleus, the human nucleus. See SEG dragon here. All right? You can see the E, and you know how to interpret the S now. Okay? From here to the S, and that is your G. See the G hanging there. And then that is your arrow, and that is the other beast images found in the code. Look at it here. All right. These things, when you find them together, that means you've got the correct SEG. Therefore, in the human nucleus, we have the correct SEG number. All right. Now, from here, the reverse of that nucleus, just the reverse, this is what I got. Okay, 5G. You can see the 5 even before my coloring it, and then the G there. So I've colored in the G, I've colored in the 5, colored in the 5G, and then the S. I've colored in the S. And when I put all of them together, what does it make? It makes an S, yeah, that your S, and then your E, and then your G. So in this case, SEG becomes 5G. Yes, that is how it's interpreted. Okay. Um, Next slide. I found SEG on human hair as well. Look at SEG, like our code says, it's a G hanging on one arm of the S. Look at an S here and look at a G hanging off one of its arms. Again, look at here. This is an S and find a G hanging on one of its arms. Again, look at here. Another SEG on the same head. This is an S and a G hanging there. And I've drawn it for you here. All right, so you can easily see it. All right, and now this shape of the head that you see is Y shaped. It is the Y beast. The other Y beast is also in there. It's in there somewhere. All right, I know where it is. It's complicated to talk about, but the main thing is the Y, it represents the Y beast. And the secret societies use this figure a lot. The two, it appears like a head carrying two heads. All right, I'm sure you will recall seeing such things. Okay, artists do it a lot. They've done it. They've known about SEG for a long time. Okay, so let's go to where else do we find SCG? Okay, look at your vaccine bottle. This spike protein, and it's exactly the same thing they are representing. Okay, the dark areas are the spaces that look dark. I've shaded it the same way they've done theirs. And then the white parts you see are the new formations of the beast. Okay, the other beasts underneath. This is how it is in nature. And the white beasts are the ones that are newly formed, and they are very white in color. All right, so it is these white beasts, like I said, that they are representing essentially. Okay, a head wearing two heads. um they are not saying anything that is incorrect. This is how the spike protein looks. It is true, but it's an ACG image, like you're going to see in other virus proteins that I'll be showing you soon. Now, the purple part, okay, contains the two or more flying beads. All right. Now, I found SEG as well in the red blood cells. This is electron microscopy of red blood cells. From there, you can see the ego and the 5G. I cropped it out, and this is the ego, and that is the 5G. And now the ego, like our manuscript says, is an S, okay, with a G hanging on one of the legs. All right, so in the end, you have 5 arms, 2 contributed by the G, and the 3 remaining arms of the S, because the other arm is now superseded by the G. It's now the G is hanging there. And this is the 5G. And as you can see, this 5G is part of the SEG, because these 2 parts of it, as you can see from the original picture, is the leg, the tail, and the hand of the ego. I mean, of the G that forms part of the ego. You see, in SEG, everything is linked together. The secret is to know where to start and where to stop. That's why we had to decode it. If you decode it, then you can understand the different images in them and then be able to separate them out when you see SEG in nature. All right. Now, this next slide is of bacteria, a bacillus. and find again your SEG. This is the one that looks like a 5 and a G. All right. Here is there's a G hanging there. All right. It's made with a GG. Is the to understand. So this is made with GG, and is the G standing there that makes this look like a 5. Okay? And then your G. All right? Find it here. It's an SEG. By now you know how to interpret it. Yeah? You can see your S, and then this is your E, and this is your G hanging there. All right. Find similar face in the next slide showing an atom. So this is atom movement captured in real time. Okay. As the arrow shows, that's your 5G again. That's an SEG. And I've drawn it here for you. All right. Also find here, this green part is 5G. So a G and a 5 superimposed on each other. All right. That's what it is. All right. Now, this electron microscopy of influenza virus. You see that image? I've cropped it out. It looks exactly like a slice 16 man or dragon man. Only in this place, it looks like a real man with that head. It looks like a real man. It's an SEG. All right. The same slide of influenza virus, I cropped out a frog. Okay, frog, and it looks like exactly the one we decoded in slide 16. All right, so our decoding is correct, 100% accurate. Now look at another frog in slide 19. I think it's the same slide 16 anyway, and that's your whole influenza virus. They look exactly the same. All right, and these are various viral proteins. All right, protein codes, viral coat proteins. And you can see that's our 5-star. That's our chief dragon. That's mine. That is the same as this. You can see the G's linked together. The G's are the ones yellow. Yeah. G. And they all linked together. Okay. So even the virus forms the chief dragon. And then yeah, you see the head of the mouse and the two arms there, and the two arms connecting the S. Okay, the frogs connecting the X. All right, and this one is the, so this is S on S like we decoded, and this is the 6 triangles, and we did get 6 triangles. Yes, so every image I got is formed by viral protein codes. Now, name of the beast. I hereby name the Antichrist beast a human dragon, because majority of the decoded dragons look like a man with a dragon head. After all, he is the human implementing the agenda of the great dragon, Satan, according to the Bible. Who is the human dragon Antichrist, you ask? The chief dragon is normally reserved for use only by Freemason headquarters, the monarchy, and the Vatican. The monarchs and Vatican upper clergy are members of Freemasons. In part 3, we shall explore more evidence to pinpoint the main Antichrist. We already know one of them is not in the running because he's the false prophet, and we know who that is. So only 2 are remaining for us to pick from. And then the others, when we see those that use the beast images and beast number, then we'll be able to see more people. Now, question: why is CCCs already on humans, microbes, and atoms? As I will show in a future video, SEG is everywhere on this universe, in animals, plants, water, fire, soil, sun, moon, and stars. Our older Bibles said SEG is the number of man, that is humans. not a man, as newer versions say. Two possible origins of SEG on the earth are: one, God gave man dominion over everything on earth. But when Adam and Eve rejected God and instead obeyed Satan in the Garden of Eden, all our property became Satan's and was marked with SEG. Or two, similar to marking Cain, we and everything in our universe, we are marked with SEG, the first witness sign against us for our disobedience/sin. However, it came about, the result and evidence are the same. We appear to have SEG on us. This is why Jesus came to die and shed his divine blood for the redemption of the whole world. Jesus has spiritually wiped these evil SEG images off our bodies with his divine blood. However, the purchased body/garment is not naturally visible. It will become visible or given to us upon our resurrection, as long as we do not accept another garment, the coming mark of the beast, and thereby accept Satan's sovereignty yet again. And that means going to hell. The abomination that caused desolation is the SEG beast number/images on our body, which is the temple of God. It is not an antichrist man or Satan coming to sit in a Jerusalem temple or any other holy place. In any case, since ancient times, the God of this world has been resident in many holy places. The Bible saying, when we see it sitting in a holy place, does not mean it was not there before. It can mean when we finally perceive/understand it, similar to forever seeing and never understanding quotations from Jesus Christ. This is the end of part 1. Join me in part 2 when I decode the QR scan codes, and then later on part 3 where I show you those that use the beast image, that is the Antichrist and his mark. Thank you.